We'll get back to the headline of Tyrese Halliburton playing with the injured right calf in a moment. Let's talk about a guy who is inching closer and closer to becoming the 11th person in league history to win regular season and NBA Finals MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander joining some elite company. He has scored the fourth most points through the first 5 NBA Finals games of his career, coming off another masterpiece at the Game 5 win with 31 points. But that wasn't it, Smitty. He has done a little bit of everything to help out the Thunder be one win away from a title.
You're totally right, Jared. I'm glad you set me up to that because most kids see talking about his scoring. He definitely can do that. But one of the league leaders in steals, as you can see in this play, and he gets out with his size, being able to finish and make plays, then that's a bucket. On this next play, what I love about him, he catches the basketball, manipulates right now, comes off the screen, and this is the area I think he's going to grow more and more. Averaging about 6.5 assists in these finals and in the regular season. I think that number is going to go up to about 8 or 9 next year. He'll get a chance to understand. But this is where he's at the best. Pull up, mid-range, being able to understand I can't get too deep. A lot of point guards make the mistake to get too deep. And this one, he said, hey, I got my 7-footer at the wing. I'm going to find him. He did a nice job of getting assists, steals. But I was impressed of in Game 5, B. Wood and Isiah. For a point guard to have 4 block shots, and he's not afraid of switching on a big guy and not asking for help and playing them strong.
Yeah, SGA is just truly impressive. Everything he does defensively, offensively, he's just one of the best that we have in this game. His footwork in the mid-range is impeccable. He always takes his time. He's never rushed, never in a hurry, and he just seems like the game is just simpler for him than it is for everybody else.
Yeah, and to be able to do it on this stage at this time when his team really needs it, right? You know, we've said these things about him the whole season, but now we're in the finals, right, and he's elevated his game. And you know, the Pacers are doing every single thing they can to stop him, double team, foul, and whatever. And as we said the whole season, you can't speed him up. He's going to get to his shot. He's going to make his shots, and he's going to do what he does. And that's the sign of not only a great pro, but an elite offensive player.
And when we look back at this series, depending on what happens, if OKC is able to win, I think his signature moment is going to be that fourth quarter in Game 4. They're down about 7-8 with about 7-8 minutes on the clock, and it looked like OKC was going to go night-night. He takes over in the fourth quarter with 15 big-time points. A lot of guys can get you 15 in the first quarter. But, Zeke, you were one of those guys, so you know how special it is when you could be that guy that can go get 15 in the fourth. All eyes are on you. Everybody's trying to stop you, and you still say, no, I'm going to create havoc, and I'm going to will my team to victory. That's what he did in Game 4. That was a big-time moment. Those are the type of moments that take you from star to superstar.
As you said, 15 when you need it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys can do it in the first quarter. But to do it in the fourth quarter when you're down.
On the road.
And everybody is against you, and you step up and say, I got this. The confidence that he gave his team during that period of time has lifted them to a Game 6, possibly closeout right now.
You know what I love about him? Just what we got a chance to see. He takes time to sign autographs.
A lot of autographs.
I mean, this kid gets it. I mean, that's a distraction sometimes when you have to sign that many autographs. Also, me and Isiah was talking about it, B. Wood. His walk to the game, it is different. He walks in. He got all eyes on him. There are superstars, but I've been around. There's guys change up their walk. You see the nervous. He's the same cool cat. Game 1 or in the game finals.
31 points in 4 out of the first 5 games of this series, minimum of 31 points. But yeah, here's the arrival of him.
But can we
look at the swag?
Yeah, look at the swag.
See, we were talking about it, wasn't it?
I mean, come on.
It don't change.
It don't change. Win or lose,
Game 1,
he's not worried.
Preseason, Game 5, Game 6. It doesn't change.
That's the beauty of watching him play. If there's anything I would convey to young players, it's that you want to have that mentality that Shai has. You never know if Shai has 5 or 35.
Yes.
He doesn't get too overly excited if he hits 3 or 4 buckets in a row. He's not throwing up 3-point signs and doing all the dance. None of that. He's just going back down the court, and it's just the same calm demeanor, whether they're up, whether they're down, whether he's shooting well, whether he's shooting poorly. He's the same guy 24/7.
The descriptor words that you guys have used to describe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander: star, superstar, elite, those were things that we kind of saw building. We won an MVP. Yeah. But what Jalen Williams has done in this series to take his game to the next level and be right there and not necessarily play second fiddle, right? A lot of the success of SGA has been getting him off the ball. Jalen Williams being the primary ball handler. The two combined for 71 points in the Game 5 victory. And they scored or assisted on SGA and J-Dub 103 of the possible 120 points that the Thunder scored. Listen, I know that SGA right now is the leader in the clubhouse to win Finals MVP. But if Jalen Williams has another 30 or 40 point game tonight and the Thunder win, voters are going to have some decisions to make about where that trophy goes.
No, they're not.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of having, two guys like that can score, right?
Hold on a second. There's nothing Jalen Williams could do to win MVP tonight.
I'm not saying there's nothing that he can do. I'm just saying if they win tonight, it's going to be SGA's trophy.
Listen, don't forget about what SGA is doing.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's 30 points in every game.
Yep.
There's no game 1 and 2, and I love Jalen Williams. This is not us taking away from him, but there's no way you're taking that trophy from a guy who's done it in this entire series, game 1 through 5. When he had 40, I had 31 and 10. Those are numbers where he's the MVP.
Right.
Yes, he's the MVP, but I can say this, right? If Jalen Williams don't do what he's done games 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, yeah.
This series is over.
For sure.
Yes.
Shai could have got his 30 and been doing everything that he was doing offensively. But if Jay don't come to the party, hey, Indiana the won this 4-1 or.
And that's the difference between this team this year and last year. Yep. Last year, they ran up against the Mavericks, and when the Mavericks turned the heat up, SGA still played well. J-Dub got missing. We talked to him last game. He said he learned from that. He watched film. He studied. He's a lot better player this year, especially from a confidence standpoint. And now when they're turning the heat up on SGA, he's more than willing and more than capable of stepping up. You saw those numbers the last 3 games, 30 points, 51% from the field, 40 from 3. That's unguardable because they're throwing the kitchen sink at SGA. When you're throwing everything at him, and J-Dub is out there doing what he's doing, there's nothing you can do. And they're going to be a well-oiled machine offensively.
And there's so much made about SGA getting to the free throw line 50 times this series. J-Dub has been there 47 times. And let's not forget about his defense, the versatility. We've got a big game 6 in Indiana. Will we go 7 or will the Thunder hoist the trophy? We're setting the table live here on NBA TV.